Man, oh man, oh man. You got to love those fucking beats in that song, man. Those beats are fucking great. Absolutely great. Absolutely fantastic, man. Did you guys enjoy all the music that I played in the background? If you did, let me know in the live chat or let me know in the comments below after the stream ends so that I can keep on playing more free royalty music in the background before the stream starts. Get myself prepared, you know what I mean? To give you guys time to get here before the stream starts. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host. I'm your YouTube content creator, IWN, and we are live for WWE AEW Sunday Night News live stream episode 1. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. I got your news coming into this week on Triple H, Roman Reigns, the USOS, Jim Cornette, Malakai Black, Kenny Omega, CM Punk, and Christopher Daniels. I got news on all those people, all those individuals, as we get started here. So before we do, like I said, hit that thumbs up. Let's get 7 likes on the stream minimum. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications, so you don't miss a single watch along or a single review that goes live each and every single week. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. You can add me on Facebook, Snapchat. I always share my YouTube content on all of those platforms because I have accounts on all those. I have like 4 Instagram accounts, 2 Facebook accounts, and 1 Snapchat account. The links to all my accounts are in the description below. You guys, if you guys haven't checked out all of my previous content from last week, go check it out. Go get those a thumbs up as well. I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't checked out my SmackDown Rampage review from earlier, go check that out. Get that a thumbs up. Continue to support the channel in any way you can. And I just want to appreciate the support that I'm currently being given from each and every single one of you here. So now that I've got all this off my chest, we can go ahead and start. We can go ahead and begin here. So we're going to start at the top. Usually I start at the bottom, but we're going to start our way. We're going to work our way up and then go down. So we're going to actually start with the news on Triple H. Yes, there's some news on Triple H. And some of you should not be surprised right now. Some of you shouldn't be surprised at all. It's legitimately some news on Triple H that we're going to go over right now. As soon as I pull it up here on the laptop, I got to find it first. I should have had this stuff pulled up before the stream started, but I was too busy jamming before the stream started. I want to play some background music like I usually do for you guys. Give you guys some music that's worth enjoying. Some music that keeps you relaxed and going and energetic and energized, you know? So I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope you guys are having a good start to your week. I am certainly having, shockingly, surprisingly, you're not going to believe this, but I am shockingly having a good start to my week. Normally, I never have a start to my week. Shockingly, I am having a very good start to my week. And that is surprising. That may be some of you. It's certainly surprising to me, now that I'm mentioning it. It's not often you have to your week. There are some weeks where you're just agitated, some weeks where you're just, I'm just stressed out. I'm going to go outside and take a smoke break, get some fresh air. You know, there's just weeks where you're just not feeling it, you know. And I'm sure we're all like that. That's reality of life. You're not going to feel a certain way all the time. you know. So you really got to go outside and sit on the porch, smoke a blunt or smoke a cigarette or whatever, and take the time to just think about yourself, think about life, you know. You know, not everybody has a home, not everybody have money, you know. Not everybody have jobs. There are some people without jobs right now because they're too lazy to bring their tails to fucking work. Believe it or not. My mic is on. We are good to go. So now I'm going to go over the news on Triple H. So doubt over Triple H booking for the internet wrestling community. So it says here that Triple H was given the role as the top person in charge of WWE Creative after Vince McMahon stepped down from his role as WWE chairman. This was the best thing that could have ever happened for WWE, according to fans, which I absolutely personally agree with the fans. This reboot assassin is more aware of what fans truly want. And he has already made huge changes to the product to please them. So this includes rehiring previously fired talents like Hit Row, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, you name it. Not Talk to the Trash. Hit Row, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory. Well, Austin Theory's been there. I'm trying to think of other talents he brought back. Oh, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Those are just half of the talents he brought back. There's plenty of more talent he's going to be bringing back, including Bray Wyatt, Emma, Candice LeRae, who else? Bronson Reed, probably Bobby Fish, more than likely Malakai Black, and so much more. So he's brought back a lot of fire talent. And they might even bring back Zelina Vega. I don't know, which I don't think is a good idea to bring her back. I mean, she's not really that good in the ring, just being honest. So this includes hiring previously fired talent, focusing on more in-ring action and changing the overall feel of the shows. While speaking to DDP Snake Pit, WWE Hall of Famer Diamond Dallas Page talked about Triple H being the head of WWE Creative. DDP made it clear he doubts Triple H will be booking for the internet. So it says here, and I quote, "I don't think Triple H will be booking for the internet." Says, "I don't think Triple H will be booked for the internet. I can't imagine that, even though the internet has a pretty sound voice right now. I think he's going to book good storylines. That's what I believe from a wrestler's point of view." End quote. This is from DDP. That's all of what DDP said. Triple H also has some huge surprises planned for fans. I've already just named half of the surprises. I haven't even named the full surprises. I only named half of them. There are clearly a lot of changes taking place in the company right now. Fans are more than excited about it. You know, wrestling fans, including me, you know. I mean, hello. Come on. So, I got to ask you all a question. So, are you glad that Triple H is making all these changes? Are you? If you are, comment yes. If you are, comment no in the live chat. I am, because I feel like the product is very, very important. I legitimately care about WWE. Plus, I legitimately care about the men and women's rosters. I legitimately care about the young talent, getting their pushes, getting their championship reigns, and I care about the young talent being put in the right storylines, being booked right on TV, being the shows being produced and written right. I care about all that. I legitimately care about all that stuff, man. So I'm interested to see what other surprises that he's going to bring back. I know he's going to bring back Bray Wyatt, Candice Ray, Emma, and Bronson Reed. But who else outside of them is he going to bring back? Well, we got a Sasha Banks and Naomi. Sasha Banks and Naomi are definitely on their way back. Even JD stated that on his podcast, on his Off the Script episode earlier. Sasha Banks and Naomi will be coming back. And I believe that 100% myself. I absolutely agree. I can't wait to see Sasha Banks and Naomi come back because I missed them. I miss seeing them on TV. And I'm pretty sure the Sasha Banks stands and fans in the community miss Sasha Banks, miss seeing Sasha Banks on TV as well. So, guys, like I said, let me know your thoughts on Triple H making changes, as well as your thoughts on the overall product. How are you liking it right now? Where do you see it stand currently? So we're going to move on to the news on WWE enhancing their NIL recruitment program. This is important for people who are just now watching WWE for the first time in their life. This is for those kind of people to hear, to listen to this. So it says here, this news is legitimately for people that watch WWE for the first time. But it says here that WWE launched various programs over the years, and next in line, NIL is one of them. If you haven't heard of it, then you will see the results soon enough. As more crossover athletes make their way to the WWE main roster, the company filed a trademark, WWE Rush, on September 14th to organize and conduct a program that will enhance the use of student athletes' names. Folks, I'm gonna keep the music going as I'm giving you all news, because I feel like I get more people in here when the music is going while I'm giving you all the news. So I'm gonna keep the music going. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna put on something different. All right. So now you guys can listen to the music while you're listening to me give you guys the news coming into the AEW news coming into this week. So the company filed a trademark, WWE Rush, on September 14th to organize and conduct a program that will enhance the use of student athletes' names, images, and likenesses. NIL, it seems that they are carrying on full speed with this recruitment process. So it says here, listen up, folks. It says here, and I quote, Mark 4, WWE Rush trademark registration is intended to cover the categories of organizing and conducting a program to enhance the use of student athletes' names, images, and likenesses, organizing and conducting collaborative partnerships with student athletes for brand building, training, development, education, communications, promotion, and community relations services. Entertainment services, namely organizing and conducting an array of sports, entertainment events, rendered live and recorded for the purpose of distribution. Organizing and arranging of basically exhabitations and events for sports and entertainment purposes. Entertainment services, namely provision of information and news about sports, entertainment, and general interests, rendered live and through broadcast media, including television and radio, via the internet or commercial online service, providing information in the fields of sports, entertainment, and general interest via an online community portal providing a website in the field of sports, entertainment, and general interest, end quote. So WWE signed various colleges, athletes. They signed various college athletes because it helps them create a new generation of superstars that are just making it big in their domain and among the people around them. But the issue is the fans and everybody else in the internet wrestling community are not going to really know a thing or two about these college athletes unless they have a high-profile background. Now, they have a high-profile background. Now you're talking my language. Now, that's something different. But they don't have a high background. They don't have much on them, you know. Like where they from, what did they do, what sports did they play, did they wrestle in a wrestling promotion before? They don't have shit like that on there then. None of us are going to know who they are. I think you all get what I'm trying to say here. So the exposure to the WWE Performance Center only enhances their talent. It gives them an opportunity to understand the basics of the business and how things are conducted in a business like WWE. WWE has a rich history of some exceptional talent coming through these programs. It would be interesting to see who comes out of this WWE NIL program in the near future. So my question to you all is, do you know of someone participating in it or have your own story? Let me know in the live chats. What do you guys think of this story on WWE enhancing their NIL recruitment program? Let me know in the live chats. Let me know in the comments below when the stream ends. I really appreciate it. So we go from that to the news on possible spoilers for Liv Morgan's title match at WWE Extreme Rules. Let me give you guys a little warning. The possible spoilers for Liv Morgan's title match at Extreme Rules, the spoilers don't look any good. They don't look good at all. I'm telling you why you're ahead. Legitimately. It even says it on the thumbnail. There's possible spoilers for Liv Morgan's title match at WWE Extreme Rules. They do not look good, folks. They don't look good at all. Liv Morgan has no chance of retaining over Ronda Rousey. She has no chance. No. Minimum. Zero. None. The betting odds are in Ronda Rousey's favor. And that is not good. So, it says here that Liv Morgan won the Money in the Bank match and then cashed it in on Ronda Rousey on the same night. She finally achieved her dreams and became the SmackDown Women's Champion. So the former Wyatt Squad member managed to her title against Ronda Rousey. Yeah. At SummerSlam under controversial circumstances. This led to her getting booed by fans. Liv Morgan will defend the WWE SmackDown Championship against Ronda Rousey at the upcoming Extreme Rules Premium Live event. My Extreme Rules watch along will be live that day, so make sure you have on your notifications for that so you'll find out when my Extreme Rules watch along will be live. I'm going to find out what time Extreme Rules starts on Peacock on WWE Network, so I'll know. So according to B2 Online or BetOnline.com, these sources are so new to me. I don't know. these sources, they be having, these wrestling sources, they be having some random fucking names, dude. They really do, and I don't know why. Some of these sources, I call them fake, because some of them are fake and half of them are non-existent. And some of them are actually real, believe it or not. But according to betonline.com, the betting odds indicate that Rousey is the minus 500 favorite to win the title, while Morgan is the plus 300 underdog. Not good. Not good for Liv Morgan. Absolutely not good for Liv Morgan. The Liv Morgan stands and fans are not going to be happy when they see Liv Morgan finally lose to Ronda Rousey in that SmackDown Women's Championship match. So we have to wait and see whether Liv Morgan will be able to retain her title against Ronda Rousey, which I don't think she is. I 100% believe Ronda Rousey is becoming a 2 or 3 time SmackDown Women's Champion, as it does seem unlikely at this point in time. Oh, it's likely to me. Shit. That's what Ringside News says, but I think otherwise. I think Ronda Rousey is retaining that, or not retaining, but I think Ronda Rousey is beating Liv Morgan to become 2 or 3 time SmackDown Women's Champion. That's my opinion. That's my own opinion, man. So, guys, I gotta ask, what is your take on Liv Morgan's WWE booking? Do you think her booking is great, or do you think it's awful? I think it's fucking awful, to be honest. Her booking should have been better than this. Her run as a babyface should have been better too. Her run as a babyface has been as awful as Raquel Rodriguez's run as a babyface. That's how awful it is, man. So, there is news on Roman Reigns. We're going to go over that. So I think some of you Roman Reigns fans need to hear this, because this sounds like it's important. Somewhat important, anyway. As soon as I freaking find it. Okay, where the fuck is it? I know I just seen it. There it is. All right, guys, here we go. So there's some news on Roman Reigns. It says here that Roman Reigns has been carving his path in WWE as the Universal Champion, as the undisputed Universal Champion since his return back in 2020. It's no exaggeration to say he is on a generation-defining run as the champion. Logan Paul surprised fans when he announced that he signed with WWE. And Maverick wrestled his first match under a WWE contract at SummerSlam on July 30th. He will face Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship in November. While speaking to Boxing Social, Roman Reigns talked about how he plans on beating Logan Paul. Reigns made it clear he won't even use his finishers on Logan Paul and just beat him with the Superman punch. I even mentioned this on the Rampage and SmackDown reviews earlier today. It says here, and I quote, "Well, this one could be exciting. Wise man Paul Heyman typically 2 options. Guillotine him over him in half. My Superman punch him. He's a boxer, right? Floyd Mayweather. I boxed Floyd Mayweather for 8 rounds, maybe 1 Superman punch. That's his jaw, sent him home unhappy." End quote. So that's all Roman Reigns said about that. So Reigns will defend his titles at WWE Crown Jewel on November 5th. My Crown Jewel watch along will be live then. We'll be live. It's going to be a great pay-per-view, hopefully. I can't wait for that month to come out. I can't wait to watch Crown Jewel. I think it's going to be really good. I really do. So we'll have to wait and see how their feud will be booked until then. And if you guys have any questions about this, please let me know in the live chat or the comments below, and I'll gladly answer them. All right. We got some more news. Got some news on the USOS. Got some good news on the USOS. The USOS hit another impressive milestone in WWE. It says here that the USOS are one of the most entertaining teams on the roster. No question about it. The WWE Tag Team Champions reached a milestone in August. You want to talk about Dakota Kai? You want to talk about the fact that Dakota Kai just reached a milestone? Man, it looks like she's not the only one. And they are on to another milestone the next month. So WWE's current undisputed tag team champions have a run of 120 days to their credit. While their SmackDown Tag Team Championship reign is now at 427 days, it's among one of the longest tag team championship reigns in history. The Usos beat the Mysterios for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view last July. They became the Raw Tag Team Champions this May when they defeated Matt Riddle and Randy Orton on the episode SmackDown. The match was for the title unification, and then Dean delivered on expectations, ending the Viper and the original Bros reign as the Raw Tag Team Champions. They are the champions, but being a champion comes with challenges. The champions have a challenge in the Brawling Brutes next week on SmackDown, which happens to be this week. And I can't wait for this week's episode of SmackDown because I know for a fact this week's episode of SmackDown is going to deliver. All the matches on SmackDown is going to deliver except Braun Strowman versus Otis. I don't know about that match. That match is going to be fucking slow as shit. Now it'll be interesting to see if they will be able to defeat the champions and end the reign. So guys, what do you think of the Brawling Brutes' chances? Let me know. So, next, we got some news on DDP. And it involves the McMahon family. It involved him mentioning them. So, it says here that Diamond Dallas Page is not just a yoga instructor and life coach, but a reputed wrestler in his own right. The talented superstar who Diamond Cutter arguably inspired the RKO is one of the most powerful moves in the history of the business. Page was a WCW guy and moved to the WWE when the company bought the promotion. The company wanted to make a statement by crushing anyone that was a big name in WCW during a recent edition of DDP Snake Pit. He shared his feelings about some situations. DDP didn't have any grudge because of it with, Vince McMahon, that 77-year-old phenom, don't fuck that guy. Nor does he have any animosity with the McMahon-LeFevre family. He is grateful for the opportunities that have been handed over to him. He says, and I quote, "Personally, I think Vince had a good run. Even though he didn't really do anything good with me, that was never to me personally. It was WCW. They were going to crush anybody who was the top guy to come in from WCW to make a point. I really enjoy doing the things I do with WWE. I'm back there again and doing stuff again with them. Paul Levesque is the guy, but I don't think that Stephanie McMahon is not. That is one of the smartest people in business, and I'm not sure they talk about stuff all the time because that's the element of the couple that they are." End quote. Whoa there. Well there. Well, there, Diamond Dallas Page, I think he might have said some stuff that went a little bit too far. That's just me. But Page called them a power couple and was grateful for the opportunity he received at Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 32. It's amazing to see that the veterans have a deep respect. It really is. To have a deep respect for the trailblazers of the WWE. He finished by saying, and quote, I did the Battle Royal and they gave me the entrance, and I'm 61 years old at the time. I just walked up to both of them and gave them a big hug and thanked them for letting me go out there and just have a little fun, dropping some cutters and getting thrown over the top rope and getting a nice payday. End quote. So let's see if DP stands for Diamond Dallas Page. We'll see if Diamond Dallas Page invitations back to WWE after these kind words. If anything, it sure shows that he is not trying to rub anyone the wrong way with WWE. I don't think he is. He's just being nice. He's just being generous. That's it. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. Nothing less, nothing more, man. Whew, man. Guys, I'm gonna go take a little kind of short break real quick. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna go get another cold beverage because I am fucking thirsty as hell. My mouth is fucking dry. Trust me and believe me when I say that. I will be right back. Don't go nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I'm back. See, told you it'd take me long. I'm back. We got some more news to go over on Jim Cornette, Malakai Black, Kenny Omega, CM Punk, and Christopher Daniels. After all those, I'm gonna end the live stream. We're gonna get on the hell out of here. So we're going to go ahead and start with the news on Jim Cornette because I feel like you guys need to listen to this, especially to those of you that are Jim Cornette fans and that are subscribed to Jim Cornette's YouTube channel. I think Jim Cornette, it's safe to say Jim Cornette kind of needs to keep his comments to himself a little bit. I mean, not trying to be a fucking prick or an idiot or nothing, but just looking out for him, man. He needs to keep his comments to himself because he could get in trouble. He could get arrested. A lawsuit could be filed against him. Anything could happen. He could lose his privileges as a YouTube content creator and could have his YouTube channel taken away. You know what I mean? Anything in this world can happen. You'd never know. So he's got to kind of, take a step back and just focus on his channel, focus on what he's doing best on this podcast. Same thing I said the same thing legitimately on the SmackDown Rampage review. If you haven't, go check that out. Go check it out. Give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. I am right now trying to find that article. I can't fucking, I don't know where it's at. Can't find it. It's weird. It was just here somewhere. Maybe I'm blind. I can't fucking see. No, I'm not blind because it was legitimately just here. Oh, I know where it is now. I know where it is now. There it is. Found it. Okay. Here we go, guys. So there's some news on Jim Cornette. I've already given you all the WWE news. Now we have moved on to the AEW news. So now I have some AEW news for you guys. I've already given you the WWE news on the USOS, Roman Reigns, and the WWE and Triple H. So here we go. Moving on to the news on Jim Cornette. Now the AEW all-out media scrum ended in complete chaos. We know that. After CM Punk went on a scathing rant on Colt Cabana, Adam Page, and Young Bucks character assassinating everyone involved. We know. Punk was involved in a backstage brawl where he fought with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Duh! No fucking shit. Obviously, we all watched the fucking media scrum. We ain't stupid. As previously reported, AEW has suspended everyone involved in the brawl. It has been almost 2 weeks since the incident. Man, that goes to show you, time flies by fast. Holy shit. And it is already getting ready to be the end of September. Jesus fucking Christ, this time be going by so fast. I'm not even kidding. By the time tomorrow get here, and I end up going back to work, the time probably gonna be flying by. Time I get done with most of the dishes at work, it's probably gonna be for freaking 9, 10 o'clock. Guaranteed. So, anyways, it has been almost 2 weeks since the incident. But AEW's reputation has certainly taken a hit due to that. While speaking to Cornette's drive-through, Jim Cornette shot down the claim that the brawl was a work, pretty much. Which I kind of don't believe, but nonetheless, anyways, it says here, and I quote, "Because it's not a work, and you can't put this together where anybody benefits in any way whatsoever. If it is a work, it was a work." I should say, again, from the Montreal screw job to whatever everybody wants to think that everything in wrestling is the work, because 98% of everything, or 99 or whatever, the overwhelming static is a work. But I think now people are trying to figure out a way to justify this in their own mind as being a work because it's so ridiculous. End quote. Well, I can sort of believe Jim Cornette and what he's saying. I mean, the guy does kind of have a point, though. You got to admit that. But the AEW locker room is also standing behind the Young Bucks after all the drama. Why the fuck would they be standing behind Young Bucks? They shouldn't be standing behind nobody. Because everybody that got suspended deserved to get suspended. Acting like 12, 14-year-olds fighting backstage after the media scrum. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. I've said this on my SmackDown Rampage review. I've said this on my AEW, on my premiere AEW WWE Sunday Night News live stream. Literally, man. Hadn't CM Punk kept his mouth shut, he would have still been in AEW. He would have still been signed to AEW, and he would have still been AEW World Champion. If Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks would have just left instead of confronting CM Punk, they would have still been the AEW Trios Tag Team Champions. And if Colt Cabana not start the fucking backstage shit between CM Punk and Adam Page after their fucking promos, hell, Colt Cabana would still have his job right now. But no, everybody ruined it for themselves, and they all got suspended. Just like that. Just like that. Gone. So, CM Punk likely out of action for 8 months. We'll have to see what AEW will have planned for fans. What do you guys think AEW has planned for fans? Everybody that's a wrestling YouTube content creator, I'm asking this question to everybody that's watching the stream, and everybody that's a YouTube content creator, everybody that's a part of the IWC community over on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. What do you guys think AEW is planning for the fans? I think they're planning something big for the fans. I don't know what it is, but it's something huge, and it's probably going to be something worth to see and wait on. I'm going to be interested in this, man. Does anybody ever think this situation was a work? I don't think it was. I think this was real. I legit think it was real, man. And that's all I'm going to say to that. I'm not even going to go further into the negativity, because I hear enough negative stuff every day, enough as it is now. No more. Now, I have some news on Malakai Black breaking his silence after the Dish AEW release. It's kind of fun how I mentioned news on Malakai Black, because I actually saw JD on his off the script episode mention the news on Malakai breaking silence after conditional AEW release on his off the script episode on his podcast. He actually also gave the news on Malakai Black to his fan base and his audience during his off the script episode. But there's some news with Malakai Black. We're going to go over that. So it says here on screen here on my laptop that Malakai debuted in AEW last year and destroyed Cody Rhodes in his first feud. He was the leader of the House of Black alongside Brody King and Buddy Murphy, and found some mild success for a while. So, as previously reported, AEW has given a conditional release to Malakai Black. This is due to the fact that he needed time for his mental health, which I don't blame him, man. Mental health is very, very important. That is not something that you can't just fucking let somebody deal with. You have to give them help. Don't leave them fucking stranded and struggling, man. It's not good to leave people struggling like that. It really isn't. Especially if you got that type of mental health illness, you know. Black competed at Prestige Wrestling's Reservance event last night in Pomona, California, and made an announcement regarding his pro wrestling future. He says, and I quote, "Please allow me a few weeks or months to collaborate myself. This is not goodbye, and we will see each other very soon," end quote. So, guess we'll have to see what Malakai Black will do in the end. For the time being, his pro wrestling future seems uncertain. Well, first of all, 2 things I want to say is, number 1, my thoughts and prayers go out to Aleister Black and his family. Hopefully Aleister Black gets better, and hopefully he finds another wrestling promotion and will he'll be used, and where he'll get his well-deserved major push in. So, number 2, I wish Malakai Black a full speedy recovery, and hopefully he'll come back healthy, better, and better than ever. So, all right. So there's the news with Kenny Omega. So Kenny Omega photo shows possible bite marks after AEW All Out Brawl. Now this is something new. Kenny Omega remains one of the biggest names in professional wrestling. Right now, he is also one of the EVPs of AEW. Not anymore. He got suspended, remember? But things have been going quite poorly for him in the past couple of weeks. The AEW All Out media scrum ended in utter carnage after Punk went on a huge rant on Colt Cabana, Adam Page, and the Young Bucks. It was followed by a backstage brawl and everyone involved suspended. We also said that Ace Steel ended up biting Kenny Omega during Raw. As revealed by recent photos of Omega in Japan, one could see bite marks on his left forearm. AEW also changed plans for Kenny Omega after his suspension. Kenny Omega also reunited with Kota Ibushi back in Japan. I mentioned this on the SmackDown Rampage review, I think. If you guys go back and listen to it, you'll hear the part where I said Kenny Omega also reunited with Kota Ibushi. So we have to see what the future is for Kenny Omega. That suspension might not end that soon. So let me know your take on this story. So there's some news on CM Punk. I'm going to go over that. And then we're going to go over the news on Malakai Black and Christopher Daniels, and that'll be it for tonight. That'll be it for tonight. So, the AEW All Out meeting scrum ended in complete chaos. We know that. Punk was involved in backstage brawl, where he fought the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. While speaking on Story Time with Dutch Mental, I skipped some of it because some of it is basically the same thing I mentioned. So I went ahead and skipped it so I wouldn't have to repeat it. Dutch Mental stated that he believes Punk wants to be fired by AEW. He also believed that Punk wouldn't hesitate to sue AEW. It says here, and I quote, he's CM Punk well aware of what it involves of suing somebody. And if he sees Tony Khan sitting there, of course, he got more money than I guess Vince McMahon does. His daddy, Shashid Khan. I guess that's how you spell his first name. I don't know. But I don't think Punk would hesitate to sue because he's kind of mad at him now because they didn't take his side. And he may sue him anyway, even if he didn't take his side. End quote. And as I said on the SmackDown Rampage review, Eric Bischoff also recently blasted CM Punk for being bitter and brittle. He will also be out of action for a long time, well into next year because of the injury. So, is CM Punk? Do you guys think CM Punk will end up suing AEW or not if he gets fired? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just only gonna wait and see. I'm not even gonna fucking give my thoughts on that shit. It's a waste of my time, to be honest. So, there's more news on Malakai Black. So, he basically explains why he asked for AEW release. So, Malakai Black goes off to a huge start in AEW by feuding with Cody Rhodes. Black formed his own faction with Brody King and Buddy Matthews as well. House of Black was great when Malakai Black was in the faction and was leading that faction. Now, I don't know. I'm kind of having a tiny bit of doubts now. But I think Brody King and Buddy Murphy as a team, I think they're doing great as a team. I really do. And Julia Hart, she's doing great too with her character. And her entrance music is fucking dope as hell. It really is. So, Black formed his own faction with Brody King and Buddy Matthews as well. But Black wasn't in the best place, mental and physical health-wise, and decided to take a break from pro wrestling. Malakai Black took to Instagram on Sunday and provided an update on his future. Black confirmed he did ask for his release from AEW, noting that He noted that a combination of factors lead him to a point where he, somewhat felt demoralized by his life and career. And that's what he said. He says here, and I quote, "Firstly, thank you all for your messages. Know they are being read and appreciated. With all the turmoil going on in the landscape of professional wrestling, I took the time to think of my words, but also needed to wait until conversations between mine and AEW's camp had come to a conclusion. Firstly, I dislike reading parts of my private conversations between myself and AEW in regards to my mental well-being on the internet. These conversations are private and not meant to be shared with the public. As by now, most people realize I'm a very private person and do not feel the need to have stuff like this out on the internet. If you've been following me longer than a cup of coffee, you're aware I've spoken about them prior, but would like to be one deciding when this finds its way to the public and not through someone else's mouth. As with anything through the lips of someone else, the story gets distorted. Secondly, to be in line with the above, they also needed context. I did indeed ask for my release. The last 2 years of my life have lended to a lot of setbacks. Both me and my wife have been affected by uncontrollable actions from the outside that resulted in lots of life, medical setbacks, career, jeopardizing the suicide of a close friend and a close family member, almost losing their life, then experiencing an injury that I was sure was the end of my career. I spent every week going through several sessions of rehab, dry needling, and therapy just to be able to walk and compete. Now, this being the tip of the iceberg, and with the combination of the promises in my professional field that were not upheld, which resulted as a combination of all of these to a complete demoralization of life and career. This decision had been in my mind for the past 6 months. It's hard to really put a finger and say, this was the moment it all went wrong. But I can tell you, after many years, that I have learned from a rational point of view to see when I need to hit the brakes, which is what this is. Perhaps once my mind settles on certain things and process the last 2 years a bit better, I will convey via a different platform than writing out what the exacts were that happened and have more informed conversations about them. For now, know that I am good and am taking, for the first time in 22 years, a few months to recollaborate the last 2 decades of my life. Lastly, I have read a few narratives online in regards to my release, mental health, in my personal life that I can summarize swiftly. If it didn't come from me, it didn't happen. Stuff about conditional releases, stuff in my marriage, or using said mental health to leverage the other when, as I said before, that part wasn't even going to be part of the public conversation. It's time to find. It is just time to make sure those things stay that way. Once again, I appreciate your support, and we will see you soon. Enough. End quote. All this was from MALAKAI Black. As previously reported, AEW has given a additional release to MALAKAI Black. His last televised appearance for the promotion took place at All Out. The House of Black competed in a trios tag team match against Sting, Darby Allin, and Miru. Black bid goodbye to the crowd after the match. That was a sad moment right there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I watched it. It was very, very sad. Black made an announcement in regards to his future after his match at Prestige Wrestling's Reservance event last night in Pomona, California as well. Please allow me a few weeks or months to recollaborate myself. This is not goodbye. We will see each other very soon, he said. That's what he said. Black is taking a break from professional wrestling to focus on his mental health. He has given his years to the profession, and that has taken a tremendous toll on his health. And he's hoping he comes back stronger than ever. I'm hoping he comes back stronger than ever. So, what is y'all's take on this sad, emotional story? Let me know, please, in the live chat. I would really appreciate it. So, last news we have is on Christopher Daniels. So it says here, Christopher Daniels is a huge part of the pro wrestling world, and that's been the case for many decades. Eddie Kingston even said that he is Jay-Z of the pro wrestling world. That only goes to show that he's built a permanent place there. I wouldn't say Jay-Z of wrestling world, but okay, well then. Anyway, Daniels has spent many years in the industry. Spread my fucking legs. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's worked with almost every pro wrestling promotion that there is. That's absolutely true. And that includes... I can't believe I'm saying this. Man. That includes Impact. Oh, man. Impact. Who the fuck watches Impact? Nobody gives a shit about Impact, man. Please. Spare me the bullshit. You geeks watching Impact, man. Ridiculous. I gotta take a sip of this cold beverage after mentioning Impact, man. My goodness. Woo! I think I feel much better now. Even at the age of 52, he's still going strong with AEW. The AEW superstar took to Twitter in order to talk about his prolific career. His prolific career was great, by the way. But he says that he's pretty much the first person to hold the dissertation of wrestling for all of these great companies. In their career of decades worth of experience, there's no doubt that he covered all the bases. Daniels added that he is approaching the end of his career and expressed gratitude for all the opportunities he got along the way. He thanked his fans and everyone who supported him. He says, and I quote, "Pretty sure I'm the first person to hold the distinction of wrestling for all of those great companies in their career. As I close to the end of the in-ring part of my wrestling life, I'm honored and humbled to have had the opportunities to work where I have. Thank you all." End quote. So that's what Christopher Daniels said on Twitter. The star recently claimed that everything is fine in AEW, despite the very public backstage feud that's ongoing. He also explained AEW is not a vanity project, even though that's what public opinion is shaping up to be. Public opinion from those fucking versions online. Yeah. Anyways, folks, that's going to do it for the AEW, for your AEW Sunday Night News live stream episode 1. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, it's okay. I'm only getting better then. I still got to improve a little bit more. I know. I'm getting there. We're getting there. We are absolutely getting there. And thank you to the one person that subscribed to the channel. We got a new subscriber, by the way, folks. Make sure you be nice. Make sure you're respectful. And I just want to say to that new subscriber, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the content that I have. Watch it, share it to your friends and family. And be sure they subscribe to the channel if they're new. And make sure they have on their notifications. Well, guys, I'm getting the hell out of here, man. It's nice to be live again. I was just live at the SmackDown Rampage review earlier yesterday. Today's the September the 19th now. So it is currently 12:12 p.m. in the morning. I'm getting ready to buy that fucking TV router. That's what I'm getting ready to do before I fucking hit the studio. So I got a few announcements to make. Number one, my AEW Dark Elevation watch along will be live tomorrow afternoon. I am getting ready to work on the AEW Dark Elevation, AEW Dark watch thumbnails right now. I'm getting ready to work on the AEW Dark and Elevation backgrounds right now as well for both of my watch alongs. And we'll get ready to, after those, I'm probably gonna go ahead and do my Extreme Rules thumbnail and background, and then hopefully, well, I've already done SmackDown. I've already done the SmackDown thumbnail. SmackDown watch along is already scheduled. So please, guys, go over to my SmackDown watch along, hit the thumbs up. Make sure you comment in the live chat and say, hey, I'm going to be here this Friday. Let me know if you're going to be in the live chat this Friday. Because we got a big fucking episode of SmackDown this Friday night. And I want my biggest audience in the live chat this Friday night. I mean that. I'm serious. I got my eyes on all of you. For real. I ain't kidding. So, my Elevation watch along will be live Tuesday afternoon. My Dark watch along will be live Wednesday afternoon. And my Friday SmackDown watch along will be live this Friday night. If you guys are there, man. And also, after my Dark watch along this Wednesday afternoon, I will be streaming one of my newest car racing games on the PS2 I used to play on the Nintendo 64. I love that car racing game so much, man. It was so badass, man. It really was. And then this weekend, before the Friday Night SmackDown watch along, I'm going to be streaming Dragon Ball Z 2, or I'm going to wait till SmackDown. I'm going to wait till I go live to SmackDown watch along. I may end up very well streaming Universe 2 or streaming from WWE 2K22. We'll see. We'll see when this Friday gets here. Just make sure you have on those notifications. Very important. But brand new content coming to the channel. I hope to see you guys here for all of my watch-alongs this week. It's going to be another busy week. I got thumbnails and backgrounds to do. So, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below when the stream ends. I hope you guys have a safe start to your week, because it is, in this world, it's not safe anymore. People are out here killing people, robbing people, stealing people's jewelry, stealing people's money and all this stuff. It's just crazy out here, man. You got to watch your surroundings at all times. Especially when you're walking through these stores, like me. It's a bad world out here that we're living in. And it's not good. It is not freaking good at all. But anyways, folks, you guys have a great start to your week. I'll see you guys in the live chat for AEW Dark Elevation tomorrow afternoon. And most importantly, stay safe always. See you guys later.